When asked the question of how could I have led my people into adultery, this is a question that I've asked myself over and over and over again, and I keep coming up with the same answer. I acquiesced when I should have asserted the authority given to me by God and by my brother over the nation of Israel. But instead, I gave in to the chance of the multitude, um, wanting a God, wanting one they could see, one that was tangible. I was fearful in a sense. The idolatry, most people know what happened. When my brother was on Mount Sinai for 40 days, the Israelites were growing weary. Some even felt that maybe something had happened to him. And they wanted a sign from God. They wanted a God that they could see, feel, and touch. They no longer wanted to rely on Yahweh, the true and living God. So I told them, bring me all of your gold rings and your earrings, that they would be melted down and made into a golden calf, into a God that they could worship. This is something I'm not proud of in retrospect. I realized that um, not only was it a grievous sin, uh, it was idolatry, and that God was not pleased with my actions. Then why did I lie about it? Well, definitely, again, not something for one to be proud of, not my finest hour. A lot of times when we feel the shame and the guilt of sin, um, rather than just saying we sinned or we messed up, we tend to lie. A lot of times we lie out of fear for what someone will do or what someone will think. Um, I was ashamed in my brother's sight for what I had done, so I lied to him. My last question, and it also comes to the weakness of the man, of me. Why did I then complain with my sister about Moses? I would say there was a sibling rivalry there, but um, it was not easy being the big brother to someone so accomplished. And I think pride got in the way when myself and Miriam asked him or said to him, well, the Lord can speak to us as well. He doesn't only speak to you, Moses. So it was definitely out of line. And along with that, being judgmental to him about marrying the Cushite woman. That was not my place or Miriam's place, but we took it upon ourselves to speak to our brother not as our leader, but um, as one that we could sit in judgment for, and that definitely was not right as well. In short, there were a lot of things that happened in Egypt and in Goshen that, if you think about it, we know that all things work ultimately to the good of those that love God and are called according to his purpose. But all of those things that happen in our lives, they're not always going to be our shining and proud moments. The lessons that can be learned from my life is that um, all of us have strengths and we all have weaknesses. And as people that are flawed, we have a tendency to pride ourselves on our strengths while ignoring our weaknesses. Unfortunately, in a lot of cases, it is our weaknesses that do surface and get us into trouble. The last lesson that can be learned from my life is that we must all keep our focus on God for guidance. When we look away from the Lord, um, we are destined to fall. So I hope you've learned some things from the life of Aaron. Again, you can find my full entire life story in the books of Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers. Thank you for attending our Bible Land uh, assembly for today, and I hope you'll stay tuned for more adventures from the Bible. Thank you, and be blessed.